Hey everybody, it's Shaman Sister Sin, and you're listening to the Meditations and More podcast brought to you by littleshaman.org. That's me, the Little Shaman. Today I wanted to talk to you about something I get asked a lot, and I know it's on a lot of people's minds, and that is, why do people keep attracting narcissists into their life? This is actually a two-pronged question. The first is, why are narcissists attracted to you? And the other is, why are you attracted to them? Narcissists are attracted to people that have something they want. That can be many different things. It can be physical, it can be emotional, it can be mental, it can be material. It depends on what the narcissist is looking for at that given time and the type of narcissist that they are. An overt narcissist may be more drawn to somebody who would make a good trophy that they can sport around. Someone that has money, or someone with exceptionally good looks, someone who has achieved success in some way, and things like that. A covert narcissist might be more drawn to someone who will feel sorry for them and show them what they consider to be unconditional love, because sympathy is what they're looking for most of the time. In all cases, narcissists are looking for that fabled perfect partner and whatever that means to them. In a very real way, narcissists do believe in fairy tales. They are prone to magical thinking, and their ideas and standards regarding relationships and love are really, really unrealistic. Because of that, their relationships are essentially doomed to failure. Even if you took all the abusive stuff out, it still wouldn't work out because their expectations are not realistic at all. They have a script in their mind of how it's supposed to go, and when it doesn't follow that script because the script is not realistic or reasonable, they very quickly become disillusioned and disappointed with their partner. Their partner is supposed to be the ultimate in love, in beauty, in understanding, in support, in sacrifice, in everything. Their partner is supposed to always let the narcissist shine, always compliment them, always love them, never have a bad day or give a cross word or needs or feelings or any interests that don't involve the narcissist. As you can see, that's really unrealistic. There's no such person as that. Any deviation from this is perceived as very disappointing and hurtful to the narcissist. They feel let down and even betrayed because their partner is not perfect. This is actually not unlike the love that a very young child has for their mother or father. Children see parents as perfect, as incorruptible, very nearly as godlike, until they get older and they're able to actually see them as people. Many times, this first fall from grace for a parent is very traumatic to a child, especially if it happens too early, before the child is ready to deal with it. Narcissists react much the same way to the realization that their partner is not perfect, with anger and hurt and betrayal. They are looking for that perfect unconditional love that they did not get from their parents. Whether they realize it or not, that's what they're looking for, because that is the idealized version of love that they walk around looking for. To that end, narcissists gravitate toward people they believe can provide them with that perfect love and that perfect relationship. Their idea of a perfect relationship is that they are idolized by the partner the way that a parent idolizes a child. And of course, in adult relationships, that's just not reasonable. It's not going to happen. Partners of narcissists are usually very, even overly compassionate, empathic, and very sensitive people who are generally bright, talented, or gifted in some way. The narcissist is very, very envious of those qualities, as they secretly believe themselves to be boring, stupid, ugly, worthless, untalented, whatever is the opposite of those qualities. By securing a partner who embodies every quality that they themselves lack, narcissists endeavor to absorb or acquire these qualities themselves, either by association with them or through a weird kind of emotional osmosis. They are chameleons, and they will attempt to imitate that which they admire. The problem is that that's not real, and they know that. So over time, they become angry at their partner for not, quote, sharing these things with them. The narcissist tries to fake it until they make it, but they never do make it. Over time, enraged by their inability to absorb these qualities from their partner, their deep envy turns to pathological jealousy, and the narcissist seeks to destroy these qualities in their partner so that now nobody has them. Maybe the narcissist doesn't have them, but neither do you. It's kind of like a child who sees that another child has a toy that they want to play with. If the second child refuses to share this coveted toy, the envious child may destroy or otherwise scorn the toy out of frustrated jealousy. The fact that this upsets the other child doesn't really matter, or it might even be just gravy. The object that was causing the stress has now been eliminated, and that's what matters. Narcissists behave the same way. Oh, people pretend to like your piano playing, but they're just being nice. The narcissist is trying to convince themselves that those qualities aren't really that great anyway because they don't have them. It is a very hurtful and cruel thing to say, but it's like I try to get across in this podcast. Their goal isn't really to destroy you. You don't even matter. The only goal they have is to save themselves. It's like throwing a drowning person a life preserver. Why do they do that? Because if you jump in with that person, they will push you under to try to get themselves to the top of the water so they can breathe. The narcissist is the same way. It isn't really that it's their goal to destroy you or not to destroy you because you don't even matter. They're just trying to save themselves. That's why their ideal partner would be one who played the piano beautifully but told everyone else that the narcissist plays better. One that recorded their beautiful works and released them under the narcissist's name. One who stays in the background working tirelessly to elevate the narcissist's self-esteem and enrich the narcissist's public image. Notice how there's nothing in there about the other person at all? We often hear that narcissists target people, and that can certainly be true, but it's also true that they run their game on a lot of different people, but it doesn't work on everybody. Long term, it works on almost nobody. This leads us to the second part of the question, why are you attracted to them? The initial answer is that narcissists present themselves very well at first. Their facade is perfect. It really is, at first. But it doesn't last that long. Because again, even though they run their game on many people, it only works on a few. So why is that? I often hear people saying things like, oh my goodness, how could I be so stupid? Or, wow, I am so dumb. It has nothing to do with intelligence. Most people, and this includes the people that stay with them, see through the narcissist pretty quickly. The problem is that while most people head for the door as soon as they figure out that this person is abusive and manipulative, not everybody does that. The reasons for that are varied. It's true that narcissists are abusive and they work at breaking someone down, but, and this might not be a popular thing to say, but I'm going to say it anyway because it's the truth. In order for it to get to that point, there has to be another reason that the person has stayed. Because most people have already identified the narcissist as abusive, crazy, or abnormal before that ever happens. Now, what is the reason for this? It may be that you had a dysfunctional family growing up. Maybe you had a narcissistic parent or those that were otherwise emotionally unavailable. If that's the case, you may not even have really realized on a conscious level that this is not how relationships are supposed to go, because in your life, this is what love is. This is how it's always been. Maybe you were abused and treated really badly, so a partner who's rude, disrespectful, and cruel is not going to be something that's unfamiliar to you. Even if not, maybe your needs have just never been appreciated or validated by your family, so a partner who acts that same way would not be considered abnormal. People will gravitate to and accept what's familiar to them. Codependents often find themselves in relationships with narcissists for similar reasons. The narcissist needs a partner that will constantly put their own needs aside for the narcissist's benefit in order to feel validated, and codependents need to be needed in order to feel validated. This can actually sometimes result in like a martyr type of complex or mindset for the codependent, with the idea being that the more they suffer, the more it shows they care. Dysfunctionally speaking, this is a perfect relationship, with everyone's dysfunction feeding off each other. Of course, it's not healthy or normal, and nobody should be in a relationship like that. But dysfunctionally speaking, it's the perfect complement. Empaths often find themselves in relationships with narcissists, but not for the same reasons as codependents. Empaths see behind the narcissist's abuse and facade to the truth of what the narcissist is, and they want to help. The empath becomes trapped by their own empathy and desire to help, either not recognizing or refusing to accept that the narcissist is beyond help. Codependents, victims of abuse, empaths, fixers of all kinds, regardless of intelligence, talent, or anything else, nearly all partners of narcissists are people who, for whatever reason, either don't believe their needs are important or don't believe they deserve to be treated any better. Sometimes there can be a lot of argument for this, but the truth is, if they did, they would be trying to get out of that relationship. This can become a vicious cycle because being around a narcissist is certainly not going to help anybody feel better about anything. And the worse the narcissist abuse gets, the more it reinforces that idea. The important thing to remember is that while narcissists can cause terrible damage to people, the initial problem with your self-worth existed before you ever met this person. One of the things I try to really get across in this show is that you are not a victim. A victim is somebody who cannot move on from things that have happened to them. These things define them. This is why the narcissist is a victim and you are not. You are a survivor. Other people can only affect you emotionally or mentally if you let them. You don't have to listen to them. You don't have to believe them. You don't have to sell yourself out. Work on your self-worth and your self-esteem, and you'll find that while you might not stop attracting narcissists because you're totally awesome, you'll stop being attracted to them. I hope this clears a few things up for you. As always, I look forward to your comments, questions, and suggestions, so please keep those coming. As always, you're listening to the Meditations and More podcast brought to you by littleshaman.org. That's me, the Little Shaman. May the Great Spirit bless you and have a wonderful day.